Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use Castbox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like Castbox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Husband!
Wife.
Guess what we're doing?
Deuteronomy?
Yes.
Oh.
God.
I think you just asked me, what are we doing now? You're upset. What's wrong?
I wanted you to be like, I don't know. And then I would be like, we're starting the book of Deuteronomy.
My bad. I don't know. What are we doing?
No, it's too late. You can't take it back.
Oh.
You already did it.
I tried.
But anyway,
I'll try better next time.
We're starting the book of Deuteronomy, which is what?
It's deuterific.
You're so stupid. It's the 5th book of the
Torah, Pentateuch. And Bible.
Oh my God. Yes, it is. It's the 5th book of the Pentateuch.
But not the 5th book of the Book of Love.
You're so stupid. The Pentateuch, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, Old Testament.
Penta.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What?
You're being
right there in the word.
I know, but you're being annoying.
I'm trying to be annoying.
Why?
Because
why do you do this?
Because then you react and then it's really fun and you start laughing.
You're on purpose antagonizing me.
I mean, only to make a better podcast.
I'm not laughing.
Only to make a better podcast, I promise.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see our numbers from last week? Man.
And you credit that with you being an asshole? Sell your soul to the fucking devil, you Faustian piece of shit.
You ready to do Deuteronomy?
Am I?
Let's do this. Hey, wife.
Hey, husband.
Guess what?
What?
We have another Patreon subscriber.
I don't believe you.
It's true.
Who is it?
His name's Kyle P.
Oh my God. Hi, Kyle.
And, yeah, I mean, he sent us a note and he loves what we're doing. And, I mean, that was so cool.
I still don't believe it because that doesn't make sense to me that people are, like, fans and like what we're doing.
But it's true. They're there.
It's
They
amazing.
exist.
It's amazing.
You know what, though?
What?
We need more of them to exist.
Be like Kyle.
Yeah, don't be like God. Be like Kyle.
Are you keeping this?
Yes.
Yes, be like Kyle. Don't be like God.
Yeah. All right. Go to Patreon at patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up for some great swag if you go to one of the higher tiers, or just help us out with $2.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Thanks,
guys.
Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Okay, here we go. Starting Deuteronomy.
All right.
I'm so excited about this.
I mean, I'm excited to get back in.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's been forever since we've been reading the Bible.
It's probably been about a month.
Feels like it.
We did like 4 or 5 fucking bonuses. And
yeah. I don't think it was quite that many, but
it felt like it.
Right.
Well, no, it was 4 at least. It was 4 bonuses.
Yeah.
Because we did a couple of Christmases and we did a recap and we did a end of the other chapter, and yeah, it's been 4 bonuses. So are you ready?
I am so ready. Let's do this.
Deuteronomy chapter 1.
All right.
Moses recounts the Lord's promise to Israel at Horeb.
Oh, really?
Maybe we spoke too soon, yeah? These are the words that Moses spoke to all the people of Israel while they were in the wilderness east of the Jordan River. They were camped in the Jordan Valley near Suf, between Paran on one side and Tophel, Laban, Hazeroth, and Di-Zahab on the other.
Okay.
That's where they were, I guess.
That's where they were.
I know.
On that map somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I feel better for knowing that.
Yeah.
Normally, it takes only 11 days to travel from Mount Sinai to Kadesh-barnea, going by way of Mount Seir. But 40 years after the Israelites left Egypt, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses addressed the people of Israel, telling them everything the Lord had commanded him to say.
At least they admit it in the Bible.
That it only took 11 days.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Maybe a bit longer because they had so many people and they were carrying so much shit.
Right.
Yeah, but still.
Yep.
This took place after he had defeated King Sihon of the Amorites, who had ruled in Heshbon, and at Edrei had what? And at Edrei had defeated King Og of Bashan, who ruled in Ashtaroth. While the Israelites were in the land of Moab, east of the Jordan River, Moses carefully explained the Lord's instructions as follows. So we just had a paragraph of, he's going to say some shit. This is what he said. And
now he's going to say it.
He said that shit before and after and during all this other shit. And now, okay, we're about to get into quote marks.
Here we go.
Here's the quote marks.
Here
Ready?
It is.
When we were at Mount Sinai, the Lord our God said to us, "You have stayed at this mountain long enough. It is time to break camp and move on. Go to the hill country of the Amorites and to all the neighboring regions, the Jordan Valley, the hill country, the western foothills, the Negev, and the coastal plain."
It's almost like they're trying to explain away 40 years of an 11-day trip.
Yeah, well,
no,
they have touched on that before, that it was because they kept disobeying and not listening, and they were bad. They were bad boys, and God said, fine, wander, stupids.
True.
I mean, in this particular occasion, I don't necessarily blame God. He was like, you guys ain't ready.
Right. Okay.
So, whatevs.
Fair enough.
Go to the land of the Canaanites and to Lebanon and all the way to the great Euphrates River. Look, I am giving all this land to you. Go in and occupy it, for it is the land the Lord swore to give to your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and to all their descendants. End quote.
We knew that.
Yep.
Still.
That is what happened. Could you imagine having to, get up and get dressed and go to these fucking meetings?
This is what God said again.
Still, some more.
And tomorrow we will talk about it again.
Some more. The same every day for 40 fucking years.
Did you know that God said this
again? Some more. I mean, you've told me about some really repetitive Zoom meetings you've had to attend.
Well, yeah. I mean,
would you compare them to this?
Yeah, but you just put them on fucking mute and you just, you know.
You pretend to be there when you're not.
Yeah.
But at least in your Zoom meetings, you don't have to get dressed and go a place.
Right.
And moreover, I got to segue here a second. I'm really glad that your Zoom meetings don't have you on video. And I'm really glad that you aren't one of those bastards that would be doing gross inappropriate things. I didn't know I was being recorded on the Zooms. You heard about that one guy, right?
Yes.
That one news guy?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I don't know.
I'm in a meeting and I'm real fucking bored, so I think I'm just going to pull it out and beat it right quick.
I have to believe that he thought he was done with the meeting and that he turned it off or something.
But the meeting was still going.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean, there is just nothing in the world
but you couldn't, like, that's not something you do when you think people are watching.
No, but it's also nothing that I do while I'm, like, doing work. I'm not saying that when you're doing work from home that you can't go masturbate. Okay?
Right.
That's not what I'm saying at all. You're at home. If you want to masturbate, go fucking masturbate.
Sure.
But in the middle of a meeting, not because the meeting is important, but, like, that's just not where my mind would be.
Right.
I wouldn't be thinking, God, I wish this meeting would hurry up and end so I can masturbate. My God, I need to masturbate so bad I can't wait for this meeting to end. Like, is that just people with penises thing?
No, not exactly.
I wouldn't know not having a penis, but is that just a penis thing?
No, generally, you can wait till appropriate times, I think.
Okay. I mean,
just generally.
I don't know. There's a lot of people that seem to have issues with it.
Apparently.
I don't know. The appointment of judges. Here we go. They're going to appoint some judges.
Okay.
Moses continued, "At that time I told you, you are too great a burden for me to carry all by myself. The Lord your God has increased your population, making you as numerous as the stars."
Except for they didn't really get more numerous. They killed off the majority of the more numerous.
But let me ask you this. Do you think that was a bit of hyperbole? Because there's a lot of fucking stars.
There's a lot of fucking stars. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely
There's
some
not
hyperbole.
as many Israelites as there are stars.
Okay, just
definitely
checking.
Not true.
I mean, I'm no scientist.
But I mean...
However, comma.
Yeah, that one doesn't take a lot of thought.
Okay,
so, yeah,
just checking. "And may the Lord, the God of your ancestors, multiply you 1,000 times more and bless you as he promised." Okay. "But you are such a heavy load to carry. How can I deal with all your problems and bickering?" I mean, it sounds like he added to the end of that, Jesus fucking Christ, you guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
"Choose some well-respected men from each tribe who are known for their wisdom and understanding, and I will appoint them as your leaders." Then you responded, "Your plan is a good one." So I took the wise and respected men you had selected from your tribes and appointed them to serve as judges and officials over you. Some were responsible for 1,000 people, some for 100, some for 50, and some for 10.
Ooh, give me that job where you're only responsible for 10.
Right?
And you get extra perks too?
That's
like,
a team.
That sounds
that's
like...
not...
Yeah, right?
That's just like... I mean, I have 10 people that are just like my fam.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Like...
Yeah.
That would be easy.
Do I get a raise for this? Like, do I get like some extra sheep and shit?
But I wonder if they had to like donate as much as the bigger ones. I wonder if they were expected to do as much work as the larger groups.
Yeah, I wonder.
That's a good question.
Pay scale of the judges. That'd be
the pay scale of the judges. "At that time, I instructed the judges, you must hear the cases of your fellow Israelites and the foreigners living among you. Be perfectly fair in your decisions and impartial in your judgments. Unlike today's current legal system, including all the way up to the Supreme motherfucking Court."
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that there's any judge ever
who's
in
fair?
the entire history of the world that's impartial and fair.
You know, I'm not gonna like argue that at all because they're human,
right?
And humans are biased.
Yeah.
Even the best among us
Sure.
are biased.
Yeah.
"Hear the cases of those who are poor as well as those who are rich. Don't be afraid of anyone's anger, unless they're carrying a gun. For the decision you make is God's decision." Whoa! Could you imagine being like, "Sorry, man,
you could say whatever you want as a decision, and
be like,
that's God's decision.
Yep, not my fault. I'm just deciding."
You suddenly are God's word.
Yeah.
The judges are God's word.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
a pretty hefty fucking position, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think the Supreme Court currently thinks that that's what they're doing.
Certainly Amy Cohen Barrett, whatever the fuck her name is. Is that her name?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. She is a fruitcake. "Bring me any cases that are too difficult for you, and I will handle them." Oh, I bet you will. I bet you will. "At that time, I gave you instructions about everything you were to do."
He's like the Supreme Court of the Israelites.
And he's a fruitcake, too.
Well, yeah.
He's a grifter. We've covered that
Definitely,
multiple times.
definitely.
Yeah. The spies sent out at Kadesh-barnea.
Okay.
Okay? Then, just as the Lord our God commanded us, we left Mount Sinai and traveled through the great and terrifying wilderness, as you yourselves remember, because you were there, and headed toward the hill country of the Amorites.
Except that most of them got killed.
Yeah.
So they don't
You
really
keep
remember.
pointing that out.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Shh.
Shush. They did. They died.
Clearly, we are not supposed to remember that part.
Oh, okay. All right.
When we arrived at Kadesh-barnea, I said to you, you have now reached the hill country of the Amorites that our Lord our God is giving us. Look! He has placed the land in front of you. Go and occupy it as the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has promised you. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. But you all came to me and said, first, let's send out scouts to explore the land for us.
Wait,
Remember
they
this?
came. Okay. I thought Moses wanted to send out the scouts.
No, that's
Oh,
what
is the
I'm
people?
saying.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I covered
Sorry.
this multiple times with you
I'm
already.
dumb apparently. I apologize. Yeah, no.
Yes.
I'm sure you're right.
I am right.
That's what I said.
They will advise us on the best route to take and which towns we should enter. This seemed like a good idea to me. So I chose 12 scouts, one from each of your tribes. They headed for the hill country and came to the valley of Eshcol and explored it. They picked some of its fruits and brought it back to us, and they reported, the land the Lord our God has given us is indeed a good land. Sigh, but you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God and refused to go in. You complained in your tents and said, the Lord must hate us. That's why he has brought us here from Egypt to hand us over to the Amorites to be slaughtered. Where can we go? Our brothers have demoralized us with their report. They tell us the people of the land are taller and more powerful than we are, and their towns are large with walls rising high into the sky. We even saw giants there, the descendants of Anak. Who the fuck is Anak?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking him up for Tuesday.
Well, yeah.
Anak. But I said to you, don't be shocked or afraid of them. The Lord your God is going ahead of you. He will fight for you, just as you saw him do in Egypt. Remember, this is the whole...
Yeah,
they
no,
saw
I remember.
giant-
Yeah,
They may be giants.
Right.
And you saw how the Lord your God cared for you all along the way as you traveled through the wilderness, just as a father cares for his child, except for those few times when he totally fucking murdered you, which a father shouldn't do
Few
to
times?
his child. Right. Now, he has brought you to this place, but even after all he did, you refused to trust the Lord your God, who goes before you looking for the best places to camp, guiding you with a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of cloud by day. God's punishment on Israel.
Okay.
When the Lord heard your complaining, he became...
Complaining. When he heard your complaining.
When the Lord heard your complaining, he became very angry.
No shit.
He was sore.
I mean...
So he solemnly swore, not a one of you from this wicked generation will live to see the good land I swore to give your ancestors, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh.
Is this like when you watch a TV show and they do a recap?
It's a previously on.
Yeah, this is like previously on.
Yeah.
Previously on.
Yeah, or the story so far.
Right.
He will see this land because he has followed the Lord completely. I will give to him and his descendants some of this very land he explored during his scouting mission. And the Lord was also angry with me because of you. God damn it! He said to me...
No, he didn't.
No. He said to me, Moses, not even you will enter the promised land. Instead, your assistant, Joshua, son of Nun, will lead the people into the land. Encourage him, for he will lead Israel as they take possession of it.
There's that answer for the quiz.
I will give the land to your little ones, your innocent children. You were afraid they would be captured, but they will be the ones who occupy it. As for you, turn around now and go on back through the wilderness toward the Red Sea. The defeat of Israel at Hormah. Then you confessed, we have sinned against the Lord. We will go into the land and fight for it, just as the Lord our God has commanded us. So your men strapped on their weapons, thinking it would be easy to attack the hill country. But the Lord told me to tell you, do not attack, for I am not with you. Sorries. If you go ahead on your own, you will be crushed by your enemies. Womp womp. This is what I told you, but you would not listen, stupids.
They never listened.
Instead, you again rebelled against the Lord's command and arrogantly went into the hill country to fight. But the Amorites who lived there came out against you like a swarm of bees. They chased and battered you all the way from Seir to Hormah. Then you returned and wept before the Lord, but he refused to listen. So you stayed there at Kadesh for a long time. The end. That's chapter 1. You laughed so hard you coughed.
Yeah. Literally it was an entire recap.
It was a recap. I thought we should do a recap. And
there's no need for it.
No
it was
need.
Right there.
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Chapter 1.
Little did we know.
Summed it all up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was literally like everything that happened.
I was kind of bored through that a little bit.
It was kind of funny to me.
It was kind of funny.
It was a good recap.
It was a good recap. Yeah.
Don't forget the Giants.
Yeah, don't forget the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's
do
maybe
chapter
2 is not a recap, huh?
Maybe it picks up and moves on.
Let's go with that.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so Deuteronomy chapter 2.
Okay.
And during the break, I go, "Oh God," and you go, "Why?" And I go, "Nothing. I'll tell you in a minute." And you were like, "What?" And I was like, "No, I'll tell you in a minute." And you were like, ugh. And it's because I saw the title, "The Years in the Wilderness."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You could see why I was
what
like,
the fuck?
Oh God. You could see why, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I wanted this reaction recorded. That's why I didn't tell you. Because I wanted you to suffer with me, but on the recording. Are you suffering?
I was really looking forward to new stories. Because it was new writers, right? But I feel like the new writers are like, hey, we better recap just in case they didn't say it well enough in those other chapters or something.
Yeah. Let's make sure we do a quick summary.
Yeah.
And we could tell everybody, just skip the first 4 chapters and come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
That might have been what, you know what? Maybe that's what they were thinking. Like, hey, we're just going to rewrite the whole thing, but quicker. And here it is.
Yeah. So
that must be what it's. Yeah.
I like Mr. Deuteronomy. All right. The years in the wilderness. Then we turned around and headed back across the wilderness toward the Red Sea, just as the Lord had instructed me. And we wandered around in the region of Mount Seir for a long time. Then, at last, the Lord said to me, "You have been wandering around in this hill country long enough. Turn to the north. Give these orders to the people. You will pass through the country belonging to your relatives, the Edomites, the descendants of Esau who lived in Seir. The Edomites will feel threatened, so be careful. Do not bother them, for I have given them all the hill country around Mount Seir as their property."
So wait, there were some people that they avoided fighting and stuff when they were going through.
Because God had his hand over them.
Apparently, these are what God probably told them to avoid some people and not fight them.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that when they were going through.
Right.
Why? Why didn't they cover that?
That lends a little more credence to the whole God story, though. You would think that it would.
Right. Yeah.
Right? He's like, my hand is on them, so don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Interesting, right?
Because, when we were reading it, it made them seem a little bit weak. Like, oh, why aren't they fighting them?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
But this lends some, insofar as, believing in God goes,
sure.
Some credibility.
This God in this universe canon, right? It would have lent a little more credence to his existence,
right?
In this story.
I suppose it still does at some level, but it
would have been nice during the story instead of after.
Yeah.
And I will not give you even 1 square foot of their land. He's got his hand over them.
Yeah.
Damn. Which is interesting, too, because, so that means that God didn't just pick one group and say, I'm your God and I'm giving you land.
Right.
He picked multiple groups of people, at least 2 now that we know of, and was like, I'm your God and this is your land.
Well, and these were descendants of Esau, he said, which was some, he was part of God's, group back
over there.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently this is just one group of many that hasn't quite found their place yet or something. Right. I don't know.
It would have been interesting to see the other people's stories too, though.
Right. Yeah.
I think.
No, definitely.
If you need food to eat or water to drink, pay them for it. Meaning, don't fucking steal it, assholes. For the Lord your God has blessed you in everything you have done. He has watched you every step through this great wilderness. During these 40 years, the Lord your God has been with you, and you have lacked nothing. I mean, that's not entirely
they did lack
true.
water.
Yeah.
And good food.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they know they had the manna, but they didn't have good food.
They lacked meat for a while till the Lord, made birds fall on them or some shit.
Right.
So they did lack some things.
Yeah. No, I know.
So we bypassed the territory of our relatives, the descendants of Esau who live in Seir. We avoided the road through the Araba Valley that comes up from Elath and Ezion-Geber. Ezion-Geber. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Then, as we turned north along the desert route through Moab, the Lord warned us, do not bother the Moabites, the descendants of Lot, or start a war with them. I have given them Ar as their property, and I will not give you any of their land. Your face.
But God specifically in the last book said that he told what the fuck was his name?
I don't know which story.
The donkey guy.
Oh, that donkey guy.
Started with a B.
Baram.
Oh, shit. We suck.
It started with a B.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
He went over and he was blessing the Israelites, and he told the Moabites that they were going to be crushed by the Israelites.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, he'd been talking to God and shit. And
yeah.
That's what God said. And so now apparently that's not what God said.
Who knows?
Weird.
Okay, I got a parentheses here. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
A race of giants called the Emites had once lived in the area of Ar. They were as strong and numerous and tall as the Anakites, another race of giants. Both the Emites and the Anakites are also known as the Rephaites, although the Moabites call them Emites. In earlier times, the Horites had lived in Seir, but they were driven out and displaced by the descendants of Esau, just as Israel drove out the people of Canaan when the Lord gave Israel their land. End parentheses.
Okay.
That's a lot of goddamn giants.
Yeah, that's a lot of giants.
I am so fucking interested in giants, I cannot even tell you. I'm serious, because if giants exist, what else? What else?
There's lots of crazy shit in here.
Right?
I mean... You just wait. I've heard all kinds of things.
But I didn't know before I started reading this Bible that there were giants in it.
Yeah.
I literally did not know that. Right. I mean, I'd heard of David and the giant, but I thought that was a parable.
David and the Goliath.
That's what I said. But I thought that the Goliath was... I thought that was just a parable. I didn't know that there were actual, no, we're legit saying that giants existed.
What exactly was a giant to them, though? I mean, you've seen how people have progressed in size over time. Mm-hmm. So maybe, the average size back then was,
5'6"
4'5" or something.
Oh.
And, these people were, 6'7".
That could have been really
just
tall.
Saying, that could have been really tall.
I mean, 6'7" is still pretty tall today.
I mean, Shaq would have looked like a giant to a 4'5" motherfucker.
Shaq looks like a giant to me. And I'm 5'3", so, I mean, it's true. It's true. Yeah. What did giant mean? Big, tall people that were big?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
That could have been all it was.
Yeah, sure. But they're calling them giants.
Right.
Moses continued, Then the Lord said to us, Get moving. Cross the Zered Brook. He said, get moving. Mm-hmm. Literally, get moving. Cross the Zered Brook. So we crossed that brook.
Good
38 years passed from the first time we left Kadesh-barnea until we finally crossed Zered Brook. By then, all the men old enough to fight in battle had died in the wilderness, as the Lord had vowed would happen. Mm-hmm. The Lord struck them down until they had all been eliminated from the community.
And that's for damn sure.
Yeah. When all the men of fighting age had died, the Lord said to me, Today you will cross the border of Moab at Ar and enter the land of the Ammonites, the descendants of Lot. But do not bother them or start a war with them. I have given the land of Ammon to them as their property, and I will not give you any of their land. I got another parentheses. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
That area was once considered the land of the Rephaites who had lived there, though the Ammonites called them the Zamzummites. They were also as strong and numerous and tall as the Anakites, but the Lord destroyed them so the Ammonites could occupy their land. He had done the same for the descendants of Esau who lived in Seir, for he destroyed the Horites so they could settle there in their place. The descendants of Esau live there to this day. A similar thing happened when the Caphtorites from Crete invaded and destroyed the Avites, who had lived in villages in the area of Gaza.
I like how the parentheses, this is something new, the parentheses where they explain, side note.
By the by.
Yeah. Here's a little bit of backstory so you understand what we're talking about.
Flashback. Moses continued. Then the Lord said, "Now get moving. Cross the Arnon Gorge. Look, I will hand over to you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and I will give you his land. Attack him and begin to occupy the land. Beginning today, I will make people throughout the earth terrified because of you. When they hear reports about you, they will tremble with dread and fear."
You think the Native Americans were trembling?
I was just going to say, when he says throughout the earth, quote,
right.
Do you think he actually just means throughout this continental
right.
area with which we are all familiar?
Yeah, I think
that's what I think. Yeah, I don't think that people on other continents
probably
gave
never
two
heard
shits.
of the motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't think that they were missing out either.
Right, no.
Is my
kind of a dick.
think, yeah. Israel conquers Sihon. Sihon?
I don't know.
Sihon. Not Sihon.
I don't know.
Sihon.
Why are you asking me?
I don't fucking know. Moses continued, "From the wilderness of Kedemoth, I sent ambassadors to King Sihon of Heshbon with this proposal of peace. Let us travel through your land. We will stay on the main road and won't turn off into the fields on either side. Sell us food to eat and water to drink, and we will pay for it. All we want is permission to pass through your land. The descendants of Esau who live in Seir allowed us to go through their country, and so did the Moabites who live in Ar. Let us pass through until we cross the Jordan into the land the Lord our God is giving us." But King Sihon of Heshbon refused to allow us to pass through, because the Lord your God made Sihon stubborn and defiant, so he could help you defeat him as he has now done.
Did he harden his heart?
He hardened his heart.
Just curious.
Yeah. Anytime somebody's an asshole, it's because God did it. Anytime somebody's good, it's because God did it.
So why does God do it?
Why even bother?
Like, what the fuck?
Anytime I am ambivalent, God did it.
Why can't he just make everybody just, be amiable and like...
That would be nice, right?
Right.
But it sounds like he uses people as like chess players because he's bored.
Yeah. No, I mean, this totally sounds like he's just having fun up there. Like,
yeah.
Let's see what happens if we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and make those fuckers fight over there.
I'm going to give these kids cancer, and I'm going to burn down those people's house. I'm going to make this tornado go through Kentucky and knock out several bunch of people's houses. And
Killer snakes sounds fun today.
Killer snakes, sure, yeah. I love killing things because I can.
Right.
Because I motherfucking can.
And let's just see if they still worship me afterwards.
Yeah. And they do?
They do. Cool.
Fools. Then the Lord said to me, "Look, I have begun to hand King Sihon and his land over to you. Begin now to conquer his land." Oh, conquer and occupy his land.
Oh, okay.
Conquer and occupy.
Sure.
Then King Sihon declared war on us and mobilized his forces at Jahaz. But the Lord our God handed him over to us, and we crushed him, his sons, and all his people. We conquered all his towns and completely destroyed everyone, men, women, and children, because killing children is awesome. I love killing the children, too. Killing kids is cool. I mean, haven't you heard? Whatsoever. Haven't you heard?
In no way whatsoever.
I know. Totally.
Just making sure that was clear.
Yeah, I'm totally being darkly sarcastic.
Right.
Not a single person was spared. We took all the livestock as plunder for ourselves, along with anything of value from the towns we ransacked. The Lord our God also helped us conquer Arar on the edge of the Arnon Gorge, and the town in the gorge and the whole area as far as Gilead. We're awesome. We killed lots and lots of fuckers.
Yeah.
We took all their shit. We are so fucking cool. No town had walls too strong for us, I tell you. However, We avoided the land of the Ammonites all along the Jabbok River and the towns in the hill country, all the places the Lord our God had commanded us to leave alone. The end. We are awesome, except for sometimes we're really just not.
Yeah. It seems like they literally don't spare anybody.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand.
That's pretty shitty.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to be like, these are God's people. They're fucking awesome. They're murderers and plunderers. They use the word ransack. They're slavers. They're rapists.
I'm quite certain that given any group of people that somebody begged for their lives and they still probably killed them. So they're horrible people.
They're horrible. And their God is horrible. And I hate them and I hate that God.
I agree.
And that
100%
pretty much brings us current, I guess.
Yeah. There we go. We're back in the Bible. Yeah.
Woohoo.
Let's, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe next week will be better, but I want to learn more about giants.
How often do we say that?
Well,
we say that all the time.
Tuesday's going to be awesome because I'm talking about the giants? Fucking giants.
That does sound like fun.
I cannot wait to talk about the fucking giants and who that one giant guy was.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys on Tuesday and we'll talk about giants then.
And then we'll be there on Thursday and we'll read
go on with
Deuteronomy chapter 3, and I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait.
All right. Thanks, guys. Good to have you back. And good. Whoa.
Are you okay there,
I'm
bud?
okay. Yeah. Good to be back in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Yeah. All right.
Happy New Year, almost.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Husband.
Yeah, wife.
It's the end, so we should say all the things.
We definitely should say all the things.
What things should we say?
So we want people to get a hold of us, and there's ways that they can do that.
So one of those ways I know is email. What's that email address?
sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
And they should do that by 5 Eastern on Sundays if they want their question to be included in our new Tuesday Q&A episodes every week.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hearing from some of our fans, for sure.
Yeah.
They can also get a hold of us on social media. And we have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. Probably the easiest way would be through Twitter at sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts still.
Yeah, still.
Still.
I guess.
Or dum-dum or doo-doo.
Yeah, wherever you want to go with that, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have all those things and they should go there.
Yeah, they should.
Okay. And then also, what else should they do?
They should, review us on Apple Podcasts because that really, really helps us out. And, if you are on any other podcast app, just hit a heart or a like thing or something.
A thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
nice.
Whatever the hell it is, just do it, okay?
Just do it.
All right. I think that's all we got.
Oh, you know what? I have one more thing.
Oh, she's got one more thing.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening and choosing us to spend your time with. We really appreciate you all, and you are definitely top shelf.
Yeah, honestly, it makes us smile just about every day.
Yep.